Hello everybody, this is David Mazga with David Mazga Racing, Downfield Racing, and the Budget Pro Mod channel. Well, it's time to start building the chassis, starting getting materials. I'm going to show you how I'm doing it right now. So I went ahead and bought some blueprints. Now, if shipping wasn't so expensive, up to Canada, I would have bought a kit. They were $3,200. The prints alone, I bought it for a first Gen Camaro. I'm going to build a Firebird, 69 Firebird. So basically, it's the same prints, right? So I bought this. Was about $400 American. By the time I got to my door, it was about $500 or $600. Can't remember now. But anyways, so that's what I'm be working off of. I've gone through it. It's pretty comprehensive, and it just goes through your funny car change. If you're going to go into adjustable mounts, breakdown, and of course this book is corresponding to if you buy a kit, which I'm not. I'm going to do it from scratch, but it has all the pertinent information, my center lines, actually a lot of information. There's some that is missing. This is double frame rail kit plans that I bought. There's some more information here, and so on and so forth. So this is the original copy, and I just made photocopies of the working. I made a working copy, so I can write stuff on and not, wreck that. Now the other thing you need is you need a current SFI for the chassis you're building. I got the 25-1K, and so 750 ET and quicker on a 2,800 pound car. It's effective till July 2nd, 2021. So, and I got this, I think it was last year-ish. Yeah, I think it was. Anyhow, so what you need this for, in conjunction with your plans, is you need to know, the latest iterations, how you get, and it shows you how to do things. Not necessarily how it's done here, but there's a little bit different variations of how things can be done to achieve the same thing, right? There's, I was just going through. Anyhow, so with this, you can see there's different cab configurations you can make. Of course, in the funny car cage, there's another configuration you can make, and the funny car cage that goes with it. So, hang on here. Yeah, there's another configuration. So it goes on, and then it goes in and shows you how your funny car cage should look. So you got your 3 different variations of how most people I think go with this one here. I think that's what the one I'll be going with. And then just other configurations. So you have to go through it, read it. I think it cost me $50 American, but it has everything I need. So if you're gonna build a cart, you're definitely gonna need this. Now, this won't be a long video. I'm just gonna touch on a few things here. I like the plans. What I'm going to be doing is a double frame rail, because it is a blown car. So I've separated things into different categories here. The floor plan. Now, there's 2 different styles of floor plans you can get. This is for an automatic. The difference is the cross member here, or this section here, is a tad bit shorter. 33 inches, and it has the reinforcement here for the automatic, for the torque, and the standard. I mean, I guess you go with the Lenco, I guess, because this is basically a shrunk down Pro Mod, scaled down Pro Mod chassis. And then the non-automatic, this is 36 7 inches. So it's 4 inches longer, right? So, and you don't have those extra gussets in here. So anyhow, so I sectioned everything off into sections. So this is the floor. And then with that this is the construction for the double frame rail. Okay. And then in here, yeah, so it shows you how the kit's supposed to go, where, you know, kick out and all that. There's the other part there. And then if you just want to make a single frame rail, and then it just shows you there's your main floor, and then this is the bars that you add for just for a single frame rail. They only go to here. And these frame rails here, they go all the way up to right to the front by the rack there. So anyway, so this is how I'm doing it. Is first off, I go into sections, so I'll just go through those. So that's the floor. I guess we might as well go to, this is the cab door area here, and then again on the bars, depending on what you're gonna 083 or 064, or sorry, 58 and 64, sorry, for your bars. And this was an 083. And you may ask, well, how do you know how much you need here? Well, on the other ones, like, how do I know what the distance is and all, everything, like the lengths of the tubing, without having the kit or the car or the body pieces? Which I'll be ordering the quarter panels and roof fairly soon. Then you go to it. This is where we're at now. So I know that this picture's not the scale, but the measurements are there, what I need. So I know I need to the top bar 23 inches. I know what this length is, right? So from these lengths, from these numbers here, I can figure out everything else. There's enough information here that I know how high the bar is. Like, for instance, this is the roll bar here, right? Top of the funny car cage. And your number 1 bar would be down here. So I know what heights, you know, I need to be inside 40 inches for the first gen Camaro, right? And tells you how many degrees this bar is leaning, and it's not. You know, and it tells me the hoop on top and all this kind of stuff. So that's the door, and that is for a flat floor. And if I guess we make a raised one that comes up like this, it's just a little bit different style, and that plan's included. And with this, you can always go back to here and get your updated tubes in case maybe there's an update, maybe that's not heavy enough, whatever, it will say the information that you need in there. Okay, so then I section this as far as the front cab, the front end. Here, the information missing here is just the height of this, but I know that height already. These numbers I already know, and this is the center line from here to here. I know that number already, but so this will give me approximations, and then I always overestimate about 10% over the material that I need. And there again, there's enough measurements here that I can figure this out, what I need. So there's that. Then we go to the top view, top cage. There again, there's our numbers we need, right? So this will get me, this is basically to get to know what I need for materials, not so much to know how many degrees these bends are and all that, but this will tell me I need X amount of materials for this and this, and I can figure out the rest of that. Because it's, even though it's not to scale, I can still figure out, I know this measurement here, so it's relatively, I need this, I know I need this much and this much. So then I'll just overestimate, like I said. That's the top view, and then there's another top view of it, more simplified with the funny car cage. Like I said, these puns are really comprehensive. I really like these. There's the back part, and then there again, there's our numbers. I have a 25-inch axle center line. Yeah, right there. So all my numbers are there. All my measures are there. I know how the bar is supposed to be. I know what, you know, approximately where the bend should be. So everything is all be able to figure out so I can estimate the materials. And then that's just a close-up of that. It just shows you where you mount that. I mean, everything is relative. I mean, you can move, nothing's written in stone. You can't move things around. So, and then there's the back tree where the roll cage, and there's enough numbers in here, and this gives me all the sizes I need for all the bars. So it just takes a little bit of research, and you know, you can figure this out. Now, is it easy to get to buy a complete kit? You bet, but we're not doing that. So, and there again, there's our measurements for our back. I've already figured this out. I've already done a lot of calculations already. And there again, there's the back pieces, and it gives me information that I need for sizing, for bars and all that kind of stuff. So, like I said, once again, this will tell me how much material to buy, and then once I have the material, and then I'll have the body here, and then I can start fitting tubes, cutting and bending tubes. There's the top part. And then I think the last part was, here's the funny car cage. Whoops. And there again, very comprehensive. All the information I need to know. I do believe that's about it. They do give you some information on the rack, and you can buy this kit here. I'll end up buying, I'm just waiting, today's Monday, Black Friday sales are this Friday, obviously. So I'm gonna see if there's any deals, any sales on at his place there, and then I'm gonna buy this kit, and it's just a mounting kit, these bars here. There's a part number, yeah, VA26, and it gives you there's a kit that you can get these individually, but there's a kit you can buy. I was looking on his site already, so so you can get that, and the rack's actually fairly inexpensive, so I'm quite surprised. And in the back, we saw that. Oh, it does give you information if I want to go to adjustable cups, which I probably won't. I'll probably just keep with the stationary ones for now because of budgetary reasons, obviously. And also, yeah, here we go. This is good information to have too. Shows you how to build the rocker, the shapes of the rocker panels on the side, and it shows you how to do that, which is kind of good. And then when you're extending the wheel wells, it shows you how to cut and how to expand that. And these numbers, I don't need that because that'll happen when I start cutting on the body. And that's about it, really. So that's all there's to that today. So yeah, so now we just have to figure out, we'll estimate all the stuff I need here. Oops. I'll estimate everything, all the footage of everything I need here, all the pipes, and then once I do that, I'll make another video about that. This is just an intro to this, and then we can get on with building the chassis and building the race car. That's it for today. This is David Miazga with David Miazga Racing, Dad Filler Racing, and the Budget Pro My channel. Peace out.